Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Daniel Rosehill. So I spent quite a bit of time last week archiving old data onto optical media. Things were going pretty great until I hit an unexpected snag. My up to now really trusty Blu Ray and M-Disc burner from LG seemed to have completely stopped working. I spent a couple of days last week almost literally pulling my hair out trying to figure out what was going on. As I use Ubuntu Linux and hardware compatibility with Linux tends to be iffy at best, that was my first suspicion. So I switched over to a new optical media burning backend called CD Record. I then created a bunch more frisbees which I have now repurposed as office decorations. I then tried burning through a Windows VM with the same result, and finally I used my wife's Windows laptop, which is just a regular Windows computer, and it also refused to burn any Blu-ray discs. After 2 frustrating days, I figured that I had no more time to invest in trying to figure out the issue, and my best guess is that this is a hardware issue. The burner still burns CDs and DVDs just fine, but it refuses to burn any kind of Blu-ray media, so my guess is that the Blu-ray laser has just crept out. I was pretty bummed out because I bought this burner less than 2 years ago. It's obviously way past the Amazon return window, and I reached out to LG support and they basically told me to get lost because I'm not based in the US. So as one of the last dinosaurs who still cares about optical media, I have to give LG a bit of a thumbs down here. Not only because their drive died prematurely, but also because they weren't prepared to help when things went wrong. Good support is really worth its weight in gold. But I figured that this disappointing tale might have an upside. When I picked out my M-Disc burner 2 years ago, I purchased a pretty basic $100 model because I wasn't really sure if I would actually ever use it. 2 years later, and I now actually really love archiving my files onto optical media. In fact, I've even pulled down about a terabyte worth of data from the cloud and moved it to my offsite optical library. I spent a while today reading threads on Reddit and came away with the impression that Pioneer is generally regarded as the best quality brand. So as soon as I can place an order from B&H, I'm going to pick up one of their burners. I also learned today via Reddit that optical media enclosures are a thing. So if you're really determined to use an internal optical drive but you don't have room in your desktop case, this is a pretty easy way to really expand your options. I also saw on Reddit that a few veteran optical media users were cautious about the slimline style burners like the one that I bought and which are now ubiquitous on the market. Because I live in the Middle East, it's a little complicated to get stuff here as US voltages aren't compatible. But if I were based in the US, this Pioneer burner is probably what I would have ordered now, and as I'm not, I'm going to be picking up this one and hope that it will be second time lucky. Do you have a favourite burner that you rely on for making Blu-rays and M-Discs? What do you think about the internal versus external via enclosure debate? If you have any purchasing advice, please consider leaving it in the comments. Thank you for watching. Until next time.